table. Now somehow every little vibration pulls my eyes away from whatever I'm doing. And I hate how quickly I know it's not you. At first, you were just another name mixed in with everybody else. A quick conversation, a random laugh, a few messages when neither of us could sleep. Nothing special, at least that's what I told myself. But somewhere between the good mornings and the did you make it home safe,
you stopped feeling temporary.
now little things happen during my day,
And before I even realize it,
I'm thinking,
I gotta tell you that later.
and that's the part I don't know what to do with.
Yeah, I know.
Because nobody warned me how somebody could become important without ever asking for permission.
Now every time my phone lights up,
My heart do this little thing I don't wanna talk about.
and every time it isn't you,
I tell myself it shouldn't matter,
but somehow
it always does. We talk more than we should, stay up later than we should,
tell each other things we probably shouldn't.
and baby, I don't know what this is, I just know it don't feel like friendship anymore. We talk more than we should,
Laugh a little longer than we should.
and lately I'm starting to wonder if you're waiting on my message the same way
I'm waiting on you.
my friends keep asking why I've been smiling at my screen. I always change the subject because explaining you feels more complicated than it should. You know when I'm having a bad day before I say a word. You know which songs I'm gonna love, you know which memories still bother me. And somehow you learned all of that without me realizing I was letting you.
Tell 'em.
That's what scares me, not the attraction, not the possibility, just how natural all of this feels.
'Cause I wasn't looking for somebody new,
Wasn't searching for another reason to lose sleep,
but somehow
every road keep leading back to you. We talk more than we should,
stay up later than we should.
tell each other things we probably shouldn't, and baby, I don't know what this is,
I just know
it don't feel like friendship anymore.
we talk more than we should.
Laugh a little longer than we should, and lately I'm starting to wonder if you're waiting on my message the
Same way.
I'm waiting on yours.
Maybe nothing's wrong,
Maybe we're just two people,
having conversations.
maybe I'm reading too much into it,
Maybe you're doing the same thing.
maybe that's why
Neither one of us.
wanna be the first to say it out loud.
Maybe,
Maybe,
maybe
maybe we talk more than we should, and every day it gets a little harder to pretend that's all it is. We
talk more than we should.
talk more than, and somewhere along the way you became the first person I wanna talk to, and the last person I wanna say goodnight to. My phone just lit up,
And before I even looked,
I smiled. It's funny how one person can become part of your routine without ever asking to be. Now every night I find myself looking at the same screen, waiting for the same name. I tell myself I'm just checking the time, just seeing who's still awake, just clearing notifications. But somehow every time I unlock my phone, my eyes go to the same place first. And when your name isn't there, the room feel a little quieter. Not sad, not empty, just different, like a song missing one note you didn't realize mattered.
And that's the part
I don't say out loud, 'cause I've been trying to act normal, trying to keep this where it started. But every day you become a little harder to treat like everybody else. I wait for your name to light up, like that's not the first thing I check every night. I wait for your name to light up, like hearing from you don't make everything feel alright. Tell me why one little message from you can change my whole mood. I wait for your name to light up, and lately I think you know it too.
The worst part is you never asked me to care. You never crossed the line, never made promises, never gave me reasons I shouldn't trust you. Maybe that's why this got so deep, because nothing about it felt forced. Some nights I type a message then erase it, type it again, erase it again. Trying not to look too interested, trying not to sound like I missed you even when I did.
I know,
Girl, I know.
and somehow I think you're doing the same thing.
'Cause nobody replies that fast
Unless they're already looking.
Nobody remembers that much
Unless they're paying attention.
And baby, you remember everything.
Like that's not the first thing I check every night. I wait for your name to light up, like hearing from you don't make everything feel alright. Tell me why one little message from you can change my whole mood. I wait for your name to light up, and lately I think you know it too. Maybe we're both standing in the same place, waiting for somebody else to move first. Maybe that's why these conversations keep getting longer. Maybe that's why
Neither one of us ever wanna say goodnight.
don't say goodnight.
No, not yet.
I wait for your name to light up, like it's become part of my evening. Like somehow seeing those few little letters make the whole day make sense. I wait for your name to light up,
And every night I tell myself I won't be waiting.
then your message comes, and there I am, smiling again. You texted, still awake?
And honestly,
That's all I wanted. I knew this was getting dangerous. The day something good happened, and you were the first person I wanted to tell. This wasn't supposed supposed to matter. That's what I keep telling myself. You were supposed to be a conversation, a distraction, a voice on the other side of the screen.
Nothing more, but now I catch myself
saving stories for you.
Little things, funny things, things nobody else
would even care about. Somehow
those become the things
I wanna share the most. Yeah, that's when I started realizing this might be bigger than I planned for.
'Cause I don't miss
conversations, I miss people. And lately, when you're gone too long, I notice this wasn't supposed to matter,
but somehow it does.
more than I wanna admit,
More than it probably should.
This wasn't supposed to matter, but now you're part of my day, part of my thoughts, part of all the quiet moments I used to keep to myself.
The strange thing is nothing really changed. We still talk, still laugh, still say goodnight the same way. But everything feels different now, like hearing the same song.
After finally understanding what the lyrics mean, like walking the same street and suddenly noticing how beautiful it is.
You didn't change,
I didn't change,
but something did. Tell me about it.
Either one of us wanna be the first to name it.
'Cause once you say something out loud, you can't take it back.
Maybe that's why we keep dancing around it. This wasn't supposed to matter,
But somehow it does.
more than I wanna admit, more than it probably should. This wasn't supposed to matter, but now you're part of my day, part of my thoughts, part of all the quiet moments I used to keep to myself. Maybe that's how feelings happen, not all at once, not like the movies, just little pieces, little habits, little moments, until one day you wake up and realize somebody has become important.
Without asking,
Without warning, without permission.
without permission. But now I live for you in every part of my day.
This wasn't supposed to matter.
Somehow the sound of your voice can turn a bad day around.
And maybe that's the truth I've been avoiding.
Maybe this wasn't supposed to matter.
But you do, and that's the problem. Because I still don't know what we're supposed to do about it. About it. The scary part isn't that I think about you.
The scary part is
How often something happens and I wish you were there to see it. I saw a sunset last Tuesday, driving home from work. The kind that turns the whole sky golden and orange for no reason at all. And before I even reached for my phone, I thought about you. because it was romantic, not because I miss you.
At least that's what I told myself.
I just wanted you to see it too.
And that's when I realized you've been showing up
in places you were never supposed to be. Yeah, like random songs, coffee shops, traffic lights, Sunday afternoons, the little spaces in my life that used to belong to nobody.
Now somehow every good moment
feel a little incomplete until I tell you about it.
And I don't know
when that started happening. You became my favorite part of the day. Without even trying, without even knowing, became my favorite part of the day. The message I hope for, the voice I look forward to, the reason some days feel easier than they used to. You became my favorite part of the day.
And honestly,
that wasn't part of the plan.
it's funny how people think big moments change everything, but it wasn't one big moment. It was hundreds of small ones. You were remembering things I forgot I told you. You asked me how my meeting went. You noticing when my energy felt different. You staying on the phone when neither one of us had anything left to say. Just listening, just being there.
Somehow those became the moments I carried home with me.
I felt that.
Nobody prepares you for the way consistency
Sneak into your heart,
'cause attraction is loud,
but this
this happened quietly,
day after day,
message after message,
until
suddenly you became my favorite. Without even trying, without even knowing, you became my favorite part of the day. The message I hope for, the voice I look forward to, the reason some days feel easier than they used to. You became my favorite part of the day.
and honestly,
That wasn't part of the plan. Maybe that's why this feels different. Nobody chased anybody. Nobody made promises. Nobody forced a thing. We just kept showing up.
somehow
That became important.
showing up
Yeah.
every single day.
You became my favorite part of the day.
The first person I wanna talk to,
When something goes right,
the first person I wanna call.
when something goes wrong.
Now I don't know what that means yet.
But I know
I miss it.
when you're not there, you became my favorite part of the day.
And maybe
That's how all of this started.
today was a good day.
The first person I wanted to tell was you. The funny thing is, if somebody asked me about you, I'd probably act normal, like none of this means anything, like you don't cross my mind 100 times a day. Nobody knows how often your name show up in my head. Not my friends, not my family, not even the people who see me every day. Because from the outside nothing's changed. I still laugh, still work, still live my life the same way I always have. But inside it's different. Inside there's a song I can't listen to anymore without hearing your voice somewhere in it.
And that's becoming a problem.
'Cause every time somebody asks what I'm smiling about, I gotta come up with another answer. And every time somebody asks who I'm texting, I change the subject. Nobody knows I think about you the way I do. Nobody knows how often you become the best part of an ordinary day. Nobody knows I think about you when I'm driving home, when I'm half asleep, when something reminds me of one of our conversations. Nobody knows, but you probably would if you look me in the eyes long enough.
I was standing in line, getting coffee this morning, but the woman in front of me ordered your favorite drink. And somehow that was enough to make me smile, enough to make me wonder what you're doing, enough to make me reach for my phone again. That's what nobody talks about.
How somebody slowly starts appearing in the smallest parts of your life.
Not the big moments, the little ones, the quiet ones, the random Tuesday mornings you never see coming. I felt that.
And honestly, those are the moments that give me the most.
It's easy to explain attraction.
It's harder to explain
Why somebody feels familiar
before they ever belong to you. Nobody knows the way I do. Nobody knows how often you become the best part of an ordinary day. Nobody knows I think about you when I'm driving home, when I'm half asleep, when something reminds me of one of our conversations. Nobody knows, but you probably would if you look me in the eyes long enough. Maybe that's why I keep this to myself, because once you say it out loud, it becomes real, and if it becomes real, then I gotta figure out
what to do with it.
what we're gonna do.
That's exactly the question.
Nobody knows.
Every time my phone lights up,
Every time my phone lights up,
every time something good happens,
every time I hear a song,
I know you love.
nobody knows I think about you the way I say stories for later.
Just so I can tell you first.
Nobody knows,
Not really.
because the truth is, I don't think they would understand.
You don't even know.
You become part of my day.
Somehow
That's the secret I'm trying hardest to keep. You know it changed everything. It wasn't flirting. It wasn't the attention. It was the first time you told me something you don't tell everybody. Yeah. At some point, our conversation stopped sounding like conversations and started sounding like confessions. Little pieces of your life you don't post online. No stories. You don't usually bring up the things that still keep you awake, the things you pretend don't bother you anymore. And before I knew it, I was doing the same thing, giving you access to parts of me most people never see. That's when you stop feeling casual.
People don't know strangers.
What hurts them,
People don't know strangers.
what they're afraid of, and somehow we started doing both. We started sharing too much, too late night, too honestly, too often. We started sharing too much, the kind of things people usually say for somebody they trust. And maybe that's the problem, 'cause every secret just pulled me closer to you. I know which memory still breaks your heart a little. I know which song you skip every time it comes on. I know the version of you that everybody else misses. The tired version, the quiet version, the one that doesn't have all the answers. And somehow you know that version of me too. The one who overthinks, the one who pretends she's okay, the one who laughs first so nobody notices.
I know that girl.
Yeah, you do.
That's what scares me. But how much I want.
Keep telling me we started sharing too much, too late night, too honestly, too often. We started sharing too much, the kind of things people usually say for somebody they trust. And maybe that's the problem, 'cause every secret just pulled me closer to you. I remember the exact conversation, the exact night, the exact moment. I just know somewhere along the way we stopped feeling like somebody I talked to, and started feeling like somebody I lean on.
Damn.
That's the word. We started sharing too much.
Now every conversation
Feel a little harder to away from.
now every day.
I know a little more about you than I probably should.
And maybe there's something before.
Not the ones, just one secret at a time.
The scary part isn't what you told me.
The scary part
It's knowing that I trust you.
with the rest of it. I realized I was in trouble when somebody asked me about myself, and the first person I thought of was you. Because somehow you already knew the answer. You know I hate crowded rooms, even when I'm smiling in them. You know I reread old messages when I can't sleep. You know I say I'm good when I'm in anything, but you know which memories still make me quiet. Which songs I skip, which anniversaries I never talk about, and the crazy thing is I don't remember telling you half of those things. You were just listening when everybody else was waiting for their turn to talk.
I hear you.
That's a rare thing these days. 'Cause most people know the version of me I let them see, but somehow you keep finding the parts I hide. No things nobody else knows, and lately that's making it hard to pretend you're just another person in my life.
You know my life is real. You know when I'm forcing it. You know the difference between being busy and being hurt.
You know I certain topics change my mood. You know I stare out the window when I'm thinking too much. You know which dreams I gave on, which ones I still secretly hope for. Sometimes I wonder how you pay attention to things even I overlook.
Why I like it as much as I do.
Maybe being understood is more effective than people let.
Maybe that's why I keep coming back to these conversations.
Nobody else knows. Lately that's making it hard to pretend you're just another person in my life. I used to think love started with attraction, with chemistry, with sparks. Now I'm not so sure. Maybe it starts when somebody remembers the details, the small things, the things everybody else forgets. Yeah, the details, yeah. I didn't notice it at first, not until one day somebody asked me why I seemed happy lately, and then the only answer that came to mind was you. It's funny how it happens. I spend all day giving pieces of myself away to work, to responsibilities, to people who only know the surface version of me, the polite version, the tight version, the version that's always wishing somewhere. But when your name shows up, something changes. My replies get long, my attention gets softer. My day suddenly slows down enough for me to actually be present. And I realize somewhere along the way I started saving the best parts of myself for you.
The best parts,
the parts I don't give away easily. 'Cause with everybody else I answer, but with you I talk. With everybody else I show. version, the honest version, the one that's not afraid to be seen. Save the best version of me for you. I don't even need to, it just happens every single time you walk into my day. You get stories I don't tell everybody. Thoughts I usually keep to myself. Excited, I try to play cool. Fears I pretend don't exist, and maybe that's what scares me. Not that you know me, but that I want you to, because trust doesn't happen all at once. It happens slowly, one conversation, one late night, small truth at a time, until suddenly somebody knows your heart better than they should.
I felt that.
Yeah, and that's exactly where we are. Sometimes I catch myself looking forward to telling you things before they even happen. And honestly, that's when I know this is getting deeper. Save the best version of me for you. Patient version, honest version, the one that's not afraid to be seen. I save the best version of me for you, and I don't even need to. It just happens every single time you walk into my day. Maybe that's what people mean when they talk about emotion and intimacy. Not big moments, not grand gestures, just knowing somebody brings out a version of you that you actually like.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. I save the best version of me for you. The version that laughs louder, loves deeper, stays longer, listens better. I save the best version of me for you.
Lately, I've been wondering
If you do the same thing too,
because of you.
maybe we're already closer.
Then neither of us wants to admit.
The truth is, I don't try to impress you anymore.
I just try
Try to be myself.
somehow.
That feels even more dangerous. You ever notice how people who don't wanna leave always find one thing to talk about? I've been noticing that too. It starts the same way every night. One of us says, I should probably get some sleep. The other says, yeah, me too. And somehow 30 minutes disappear, talking about movies, music, something stupid we saw online. Everything, nothing important, at least not on the surface. But underneath it all, there's this feeling. Neither one of us wants the conversation to end.
Stay a little longer.
And that's become harder to ignore. 'Cause if we were really done talking, we would've said good night already. If we were really just friends, why does goodbye take so long? We keep finding reasons to stay. One more story, one more question, one more thing we got to say. We keep finding reasons to stay.
spent 20 minutes talking about absolutely nothing. Somehow it became my favorite part of the day. That's what nobody tells you.
Sometimes connection
Isn't built in the big moments, built in all the extra minutes.
the unnecessary conversations, the reasons you invent.
Your heart wants more time, and lately
we've become experts at that.
that's just true.
Yeah, way too good. Sometimes I think we both know exactly what to do. We're just hoping the other person says it first. We keep finding reasons to stay. One more story, one more question, one more thing we got to say. We keep finding reasons to stay. And every night the conversation gets longer while the distance between us gets smaller, baby. I don't think that's an accident. Maybe that's why neither one of us hangs up first. Maybe that's why every goodbye turns into another hour. Maybe we're both standing at the edge of something, and maybe we already know it.
Maybe
We keep finding reasons to stay. When the conversation should be over, when the night should be ending.
common sense says it's time to go.
We keep finding reasons to stay. And honestly, I think my favorite part is knowing you don't wanna leave either. 'Cause if I'm being honest, best part of these nights isn't what we talk about. It's how neither one of us wants them to end. Good night, good night. You're still there. Good night. You're still there. I think the hardest truth are the ones you already know. Long before you're ready to admit them. Nothing had happened. That's the strange part. No big moment, no dramatic confession, no midnight kiss, no line crossed. Just 100 little things that kept adding up. The way your name can change my mood. The way your voice can calm bad day. The way I still reach for my phone when something happens and you're the first person I want to tell. Lately, I've been running out of ways to explain that way. Because friendship was supposed to feel simpler than this. Friends don't usually stay on your mind all day. Friends don't usually make sides feel this loud. Friends don't usually become the person you missed before they leave. This doesn't feel like friendship anymore. Not the way I know friendship, not the way I've ever lived before.
started noticing it in the smallest moments. Like when somebody says something funny, and I immediately think I gotta tell you that. But when something good happens somehow, it doesn't feel complete until you heard about it too. That's not friendship. At least not the kind people write songs about. Because friends matter, but they don't usually take up this much space inside your head. I know, and you do way more than you should. Maybe that's why I've been avoiding truth. Because once I say it out loud, I can't pretend anymore. Still doesn't like friendship anymore. Not the way I know friendship, not the way I lived it before. Cause every time I see your name, I react before my mind gets a chance to. And baby, I don't know exactly what this is. I just know it became something else. Maybe we're both standing in the same place. Maybe you felt it too. Maybe that's why our conversations linger. Why our goodbyes take forever. Why every little moment feels heavy lately. Oh maybe I'm the only one, and that's the thought I can't seem to shake.
No,
What?
keep singing.
Yeah.
That's what I
Does it feel like because this isn't friendship, maybe I've been falling for you a lot longer than I realized.
The worst part
I don't think this feeling
started today.
I think today
It's just the first day.
I stopped lying to myself about it.
Nobody cheated.
Nobody lied.
Nobody touched anybody.
And somehow
This still feels wrong.
I keep playing everything, trying to find the exact moment we crossed the line. But there isn't one. No dramatic mistake, no reckless decision, no night we couldn't take back.
Just 1,000 small choices,
1,000 conversations,
1,000 times you became a person.
I wanted to talk to first.
Maybe that's the answer.
Maybe someone
Uncross your hands.
maybe they crossed
with your heart. Damn.
and that's the part nobody warns you about.
Cause every message felt harmless.
Every phone call felt innocent.
Every exchange felt small.
Until one day
It wasn't.
we crossed the line without touching,
Without kissing.
without saying
Any other things we
both knew. We crossed the line without touching.
somehow that's what makes it harder.
There was one moment to blame.
Just feelings
They got too deep.
I know by the night.
I know the story
Behind the scar on your heart. I know what you're afraid of.
what keeps you awake,
What makes you laugh when nobody's around. Maybe that sounds harmless. Maybe it sounds beautiful.
but some nights
I catch myself smiling. Messages I should've ignored.
looking forward to conversations.
I should've kept shorter.
Listen to somebody.
I was never supposed to miss. I felt that.
That's where it starts.
Not with attraction,
Not with temptation,
but with comfort.
the kind that slowly becomes something without kissing,
Without saying.
any of the things we both knew. Somehow that's what makes it harder, 'cause there was never one moment to blame.
Just feelings.
That got too deep.
Baby.
Maybe that's why I still argue with myself.
Because if we would kiss, at least I know.
If we would've done something reckless, at least I'd understand.
But all we did was
Care too much,
listen close.
stay too long, and somehow
That changed everything.
everything we crossed the line without touching. Every conversation,
Carry a little more weight.
every goodbye,
Take a little more effort.
every silence, feel
Maybe that's all.
nobody else can see,
But we can every time our eyes meet.
for a second too long.
The truth is,
If nothing had happened,
then why does this feel
so impossible to walk away from? The first time I missed you, nothing had even happened, and somehow that's what made it worse. You were busy, that's all. A normal day, a normal reason, a normal amount of time for somebody not to answer. But somehow the day felt longer, quieter.
less interesting? Like every little thing kept reminding me of somebody who wasn't there.
Kept reaching for my phone without thinking. Kept checking messages I already read. Kept looking for your name like it was supposed to appear.
If I wanted it enough,
That's when I knew I was getting in trouble. Missing somebody,
was one thing,
but missing somebody
who was never yours.
that's a different kind of feeling. I miss you more than I should.
More than makes sense.
More than somebody my position should. I miss you more than I should.
And every time you're gone,
I realize how much of my day is quietly becoming you.
baby.
That's what scares me.
The truth is, I never knowed how much space it took up until the space was empty. Nobody talks about that part. How somebody becomes part of your routine, part of your thoughts, part of the background music of your everyday life. Until one day they aren't there.
And suddenly you hear the silence. I saw something funny yesterday.
My first thought was you.
I heard a song on the radio.
My first thought was easy.
I had a really bad day.
My first thought was you. Damn.
And that's becoming impossible to ignore.
Cause if this was nothing,
I would feel your absence.
this lonely,
I miss you
more than makes sense.
more than somebody in my position should. I miss you more than I should.
And every time you're gone,
I realize how much my day has quietly become you.
baby,
That's what scares me. Maybe that's why
I keep pretending
everything's fine.
because of it
I miss you.
means a minute.
How much you matter.
I'm not sure.
I'm ready for that conversation.
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
I miss you
More than a habit.
more than a conversation. I miss you.
And every day
It's a little harder
to convince myself
This is still harmless.
because the truth when something good happens,
I still wanna tell you
and when
something hurts.
I still wanna hear your voice.
I miss you more than I should.
And lately,
I think you know it. You texted me back
and the worst part,
the whole day.
got
Better instantly. I never meant to carry you around with me, but somehow you ended up in every thought. I don't know how to explain.
It's getting harder to keep a straight face when somebody brings up your name. Harder to act normal
When my phone lights up and I already know it's you.
I tell myself
Nobody notices, but then my best friend asked me why I smile lately. And for a second,
I didn't know what to say. Cause
how do you explain
a person who never officially became yours,
but somehow takes up space like they've always belonged there. That's the part I've been trying to hide.
cause every conversation
Leaves something behind.
thought
A feeling, a reason to think about you and I. You feel like a secret I can't keep. No matter how hard I try.
you keep showing up.
And the way I smile, the way I talk, the way I stare into space sometimes. You feel like a secret I can't keep.
Baby, the truth
Keep slipping through every time somebody asks me what's been on my mind.
I was sitting last week. Everybody talk, everybody laughing, and somehow
Conversation drifted to a relationship.
one of them asked if there was anybody special. I laughed it off. Took a sip of my drink, changed the subject. The whole time all I could think about was you.
Not because I wanted to say it,
Because I wanted to protect it like saying it out loud. Might make this whole thing a little too real.
I know, yeah, that's exactly. Cause some feelings feel safer and private until they don't. You feel like a secret I can't keep. No matter how hard I try,
You keep showing.
and the way I smile, the way I talk, the way I stare into space. Sometimes you feel like a secret I can't keep.
Baby, the truth
Keeps slipping through every time somebody asks me what's been on my mind. Maybe that's why I stopped denying it. Not to the world, not even to you, just to myself. Because every day it gets hard to pretend ordinary. Every day it's easier to imagine what this might become.
What could this be?
That's the question. Keeping me awake lately. You feel like a secret I can't keep.
Like a song,
Stuck in my head.
like a thought,
I keep coming back to.
like something beautiful.
I wasn't expecting.
And honestly, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to act like nothing's happening. Because the truth is,
Everybody thinks
I'm hiding something.
and maybe
They're right.
the scary part.
Nobody knows your name,
But somehow
everybody knows.
there's somebody.
I knew I was in trouble.
The day a love song came on, and somehow it wasn't about the singer anymore. It wasn't about you. I was halfway home when that old record started. The one I heard 100 times before. Same melody, same lyrics, same radio station. Nothing changed except this time. Every word felt different suddenly. Every line sounded familiar, like somebody heavy reading through my messages, through my thoughts, through all the things I've been trying to admit. And before the first chorus ended, there you were inside the music.
The crazy thing is, it doesn't even have to be a love song. Could be something sad, something completely unrelated.
Somehow,
one line catch me off guard. One phrase, one feel, and there you are again.
sitting in my mind, you pay right there.
I heard a song yesterday
About time,
and immediately
I thought about us.
not because I wanted to,
Because my heart got there.
I felt that.
Yeah, that's becoming a problem.
I used to listen to music
To escape my thoughts.
Now music keeps
Bringing it right back to you.
every late night slow jam.
You can't stop thinking about every song. Somehow, you.
And baby,
I swear I wasn't looking for you, but somehow you keep finding me inside the music.
maybe that's what happens when somebody matters.
They start appearing
Everywhere,
in conversation,
memory,
in quiet moments.
songs you heard your whole life.
And suddenly the sounds the same.
Many more.
Many more.
Not anymore. Like your name hidden
Between the verses,
like your smile very
inside the melody.
like every story.
Know something I'm still trying to figure out.
And honestly,
I think the reason it scares me,
it's because the music ain't changing.
the songs ain't changing,
The radio ain't changing.
the only thing changing is me.
The song ended.
But somehow
You stayed on my mind.
all the way home. It's always the drive home. It's always the drive home. Not when I'm busy. Not when I'm busy. Not when everybody's around. Not when everybody's around. Just me and whatever I've been trying. Whatever I've been trying. Not to feel all day. Not to feel all day.
The city's different at night. The city's different. Lights blur together. Street lights blur together. Radio's halfway down, and windows halfway down. That's always fine. That's where my mind always
Not on
finds.
purpose. I never sit there thinking. I never sit there thinking. Just happens.
One red light,
Just happens.
one red light.
Quiet, familiar song, one quiet moment.
Suddenly, you're the only. Suddenly, you're the only thing.
Keeping me company. Every time.
Every single time.
Every time. Maybe that's
Every single
why
time. I take
Maybe
the
that's
long
why.
way home. I take the long way
Maybe
home.
that's why I don't rush the
Maybe
silence. I don't
somewhere
rush
in
the
it,
silence.
I get a little more time with you. I get a little more time with you.
On the drive home, when the day is finally over, when the day is finally over,
When there's
to
nobody
distract me
left.
from it, to distract me from it. music, and for a second I smile because I've never been. Still remind me of you. I've never been. Still remind me of you. The more I know about you, the more I know about you.
The bigger my world
Every
gets,
new
and some
corner of it
leads back to the same person.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Yeah,
Sometimes I
I've noticed
wonder
that too.
if you ever do the
Sometimes
same
I wonder
thing.
if
you
I'm
ever do the
somewhere
same
inside
thing.
your quiet moments, inside your quiet moments, when you drive home, when the day's finally over, when the day's finally over, when there's nobody left from it to distract me from it. On the drive home, the conversations, the way you laugh, the way you laugh, baby. That's when I miss you most. That's when I miss you most. I keep telling myself it's just because we talk a lot, just because you're important, just because you're part of my routine, just because you're part of my routine. Make your heart don't usually make your heart some important people, some important people. Don't usually stay on your mind. Don't usually stay on your mind. 'Cause that's when I realized how to day like you'd always been there. Felt to bring you into my day. care, the harder it becomes. Because the deeper it gets, the harder it becomes to pretend I'm still in control. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. I never meant to need you, but now you're in my routine.
My
I never
thoughts,
meant to need you,
my
but
favorite
now
parts of the day.
I
My
never meant
thoughts,
to my quiet move. I'm
my
being
favorite
honest,
parts
I
of the
don't
day.
think the problem is needing you. I'm being honest, I don't think the problem is needing you. How much it would hurt. The problem is realizing how much it would hurt to lose. I was okay before you. I was okay before you.
I don't know if I wanna go back.
But now
I don't know if I wanna go back.
the worst part, it's not that I don't know better. The worst part is that I do. It's not that I don't know better, and I still look for your name. It's that I do anyway, and I still look for your name. Somewhere along the way, to stop feeling harmless. Somewhere along the way, to stop feeling harmless. Little realization, not all at once. I kept pushing this aside, like how your message can pull me out of a bad mood, like how your message can pull me out of a bad mood, or how I save stories throughout my days without even realizing I've already decided. Therefore, without even realizing, I've already decided. Every time I catch myself doing it, and lately there's this voice in the back of my mind asking the same. There's this voice in the back of my mind. How much deeper are you planning to let this go? How much deeper are you planning to let this go? Good question. I wish I knew, because some feelings show up quietly, and by the time you notice them, they've already unpacked their bags. We both know you notice them, they've already unpacked their bags. We both know this is dangerous. The way we keep reaching for one more conversation, the way we keep reaching for one more conversation. We both know this is dangerous, 'cause if this was nothing, we wouldn't dangerous. 'Cause if this was nothing, we wouldn't think about it this much. And if this was simple,
I think that's why our conversations feel different lately. There's hesitation now, little conversations feel different. Moments where it feels there's hesitation now, one sentence could change everything. Moments where maybe you've noticed it too. The way one sentence could change everything. Then stop halfway. Maybe you've noticed it too. The way we start saying something. Then stop halfway.
The way silence doesn't feel awkward anymore. Just load it. Doesn't feel awkward anymore. Just load
without
it.
touching
Like both of us are standing near the same truth. Yeah,
without
I think
touching
you
it.
do.
Because people don't become careful.
I think you did something.
Because people don't become careful.
Unless something matters. And lately we both know this is dangerous. We've both been very careful. Showing up. This is dangerous. The way we keep showing up. One more conversation. The way we
want you want more.
There's no pretending anymore. We both know this is dangerous.
Maybe that's why.
Neither one of us is dangerous.
Maybe that's why.
Neither one of us waiting
For common sense to catch
Maybe
up.
we're both waiting.
For
These
common
feelings
sense
will
to catch
eventually
up.
calm down. These feelings will eventually calm down.
But we both know
They seem to grow loud.
we both know the part that scares me most
Is not where this could go. It's
part
how
that scares me most.
Is not where this could go. It's
I
how
told
much
myself
I needed some distance to
Then
find
your
out.
name lit up my phone. Myself.
I needed some distance.
Then your
That
name
seemed
lit up
like
my
a
phone.
terrible And suddenly that seemed like a terrible idea.
You will believe it, a message. Then immediately look around to make sure nobody saw you. And immediately look around. That's where I'm at. To make sure nobody saw you.
Lately, I've been carrying around the smile I can't explain. Lately, it shows up in work, shows up in traffic, shows up in grocery store lines. It shows up in work for absolutely no reason. Shows up in grocery store. That's what everybody thinks. For absolutely they don't know sometimes all it takes, at least, is one message from you. What they don't know is sometimes all it takes. How's your day going? You. One stupid joke, one random thought.
Everything feels
How's your day going?
Just like that.
And suddenly that my friends
Everything
keep
feels
asking,
lighter.
what's gotten into me
Just like that.
lately? Just like that. I keep saying that, but honestly, that's becoming harder to say. I keep saying nobody, but honestly, that's becoming harder to say. Wow, nobody comes up. Why my whole mood changed? Why I look away when your name comes up? Nobody gets over, 'cause nobody knows how much space you nobody gets inside my everyday life. 'Cause nobody knows how much space you've taken up inside my everyday life. The other day, somebody looked over my shoulder right when your message came through. The other day, I reacted fast. Then somebody protect and stay. When your message came through, lock the screen, change the subject, acting normal. Then somebody protect and stay. The secrets. There's nothing change the subject, acting normal. Nothing anybody questions. The conversations. There's nothing inappropriate there. Nothing anybody questions. Just conversations. Just words. I need just two people talking. So why does it feel? Maybe it's because some things become important before they become official. And maybe that's exactly some things become important before they become official. And maybe that's exactly what's happening. Why I look away when your name comes up? Why my whole mood changes? Why I look away when your name comes up? Why my nobody gets over, 'cause nobody knows how much space you take inside my everyday life. 'Cause nobody knows how much space you've taken up inside my everyday life. I keep telling myself it's not that serious. I keep telling myself, then I catch myself reading our old conversations. Then I catch myself that weren't even funny. Reading our old conversations, laughing at things that weren't even funny anymore. Just because they came from you. And that's when I know I felt that I'm in deeper than I planned. And that's when I know nobody gets why certain messages nobody gets. Why hearing from you still feels like
always about. It was never about the messages.
Came from.
It was always about. Your text said,
Who they came from.
hope today gets better.
And
Your
somehow
text said,
it did.
hope today gets better.
And somehow it did.
That's where I'm at. I think the problem is you make this feel too easy,
And I don't trust
the problem
easy
is
anymore. I've spent years
you make this
learning
feel
how
too easy.
not to need people.
And I don't
Learning
trust
how to
easy anymore.
I've spent years
How to keep a little distance,
learning
how to tell
not to
myself
need people.
I'll be fine either way.
Learning how to
For the
leave.
longest time it worked.
Nobody
Got
got
close
close enough
distance, how to
change
tell
my
myself
routine.
I'll be fine.
Nobody stayed long
for
enough
the longest
to
time it
become.
worked.
Nobody got close enough.
Then you happen, and now somehow the sound of
Nobody
my
stayed
phone
long
can
enough
make a bad day better.
Become part of it, honestly.
Then you happen, and
I don't
now
know what to
somehow
do with
the
that.
sound of my phone can
Because I
make
was
a
doing
bad
just fine
day
before.
better.
Honestly,
That's what I keep telling
I
myself.
don't know what
I
to
hate
do
how
with
happy
that.
you made me.
How one
Because I was doing just
conversation
fine
can
before.
turn my whole day around.
Or at least.
That's what I keep telling myself.
I hate how happy you
On
made
my
me.
mind
How
for
one conversation can turn my whole day around.
I hate how happy you made me.
'Cause every time I start
On my mind for
I don't need anybody. You prove me wrong. Baby, that's a dangerous kind. 'Cause every time I start believing I don't need anybody. You
I
prove
caught
me
myself
wrong.
smiling
Baby,
before
that's a
I even
dangerous
opened your
kind
message.
of power. I just saw your name.
That's it,
No
no
words.
context. I
Just
caught
your
myself
name.
smiling
That
before
was
I
enough.
even opened your message. Enough to lift my mood,
I just
enough
saw
to
your
make me
name.
curious.
That's it.
No words
No
to make me
context.
forget your name.
Whatever I
somehow
was stressed
That was
about.
enough, and that's ridiculous.
Enough to lift my mood, enough to
But the
make
more
me
I think
curious.
about it, the less ridiculous it
Whatever I was stressed about.
and that's
I know that
ridiculous.
feeling.
At least it should be.
That's what worries
The
me.
more I think about it,
'Cause
the
happiness
less
is
ridiculous it
easy.
seems. When it belongs to you,
I
Scared
know that
apart.
is when it starts
That's what worries
depending
me.
on somebody.
Happiness is easy.
When it belongs to you,
Scared
my whole
apart.
day is when it starts depending on somebody. I'm scared on my mind for conversation can turn my whole day around. I want this 'cause every time I start putting my mind
I don't need anybody.
you prove me wrong, baby. That's dangerous 'cause every time I start putting
I don't need anybody.
maybe hate is the wrong word, baby. Maybe what I really hate is how little control I have over it. How naturally it happens. Maybe hate is the wrong word. Maybe what I really hate is how little control I have over it. How naturally it happens.
How quickly
I hate how every wall I built seems to disappear. Suddenly matter more.
The second you
how
show
ordinary days.
I hate how happy ordinary
how the
when you're
smallest
part of suddenly
I hate how happy you make me.
because every day it gets harder to pretend
You're not becoming important. You make me. That's what all of this comes
because
down
every
to.
day it gets harder to pretend
You're not becoming important.
Not the late night,
That's what all
just
of
the
this
fact
comes
that
down to.
somehow
You've become somebody.
not the messages, not the conversations, not the late night,
You
just the
texted.
fact that somehow
You've become somebody.
and
for some
reason
That was exactly. You texted.
What I needed to hear.
home. some reason,
that was exactly
what I needed to hear. The hardest part is not what happened, it's the fact that nothing happened. The hardest part is not what happened. Somehow everything's changed anyway. Nothing happened.
we still talk the same,
Everything's changed anyway.
still send each other things. We still
remind us
talk
of
the
the
same, still say
laugh at the
goodnight,
same
still
jokes.
check in, still send
Ask
each
if we
other
made it home
things.
from the outside. That remind us of
Nothing
the other.
looks different, still say
Maybe
goodnight,
that's
still
why.
check in. Nobody notices,
Still ask if we made it home from the
notice the
outside.
extra second. Nothing looks
Before we hang
different,
up.
the way certain
Maybe
conversations.
that's why. Get
Nobody
a little
notices,
too quiet, but I do. The way some words stay
Notice the
between
extra
us.
second, a little longer
Before
than
we
they
hang
used
up.
to. The way certain conversations.
Get a little too quiet. The way some words stay
People
between
don't
us.
become a little longer than they used to. Nothing's changed.
People don't hesitate
When nothing's there,
we keep pretending. 'Cause people don't become like we're exactly where we started. People don't hesitate
when nothing's there,
like none of this got harder. Like we're exactly where we started.
but every conversation,
Feel a little different now. None of
Every
this
goodbye
got hard. Last a little longer now.
baby. But
We
every
both
conversation,
feel a little different now.
every goodbye,
Last a little longer now. And the way your voice changed. I think we both lasted a little too long. You almost said something you never finished.
and maybe I
And
imagined,
the way your voice changed.
but ever since
lasted a
I've been
little too
replaying
long.
that
moment.
more than I
You
should.
never finished.
You were standing on the same edge I've been standing on, but ever since then
I've been replaying that moment.
more than I should.
That's exactly what I'm
You were standing on the same
Maybe
edge
that's
I've been
why.
standing on.
We keep circling around the truth. Because once somebody says it, there's
Maybe
no
that's why.
going back. We keep circling around the truth. Because like when somebody says it, there's no going back. Like none of this got harder. Like we're exactly where we started.
But every conversation,
Feel a little different like none of
Every
this got
goodbye.
hard. Just a little longer now,
baby. But every conversation,
Feel a little different now.
every goodbye,
Just a little longer now.
and baby,
I think things to go back to being simple. We're back to being easy, back to being harmless, to disappear every day. For things to go back to being simple, back to being easy, back to being harmless.
a little more.
But every day we keep pretending harmless happened. But I can't remember the last time you felt ordinary. We keep pretending happened. But
ordinary
I can't
people
remember the last time
like
you
this.
felt ordinary conversations.
Don't keep you awake,
Ordinary friendships.
don't make your heart break. Like this.
Ordinary conversations.
Don't keep you awake, and maybe that's the biggest lie. Don't make your heart race, because something happened,
It just happened.
and maybe that's the biggest lie.
Either of us has told.
Because something happened.
It
Why
just happened
are we
slowly.
both so afraid?
The truth of what happens next if nothing happens.
Why are we both so afraid
of what happens next? The hardest part. The hardest part. If somebody asked me what happened between us, I wouldn't know where to start. The craziest part, because technically, if somebody asked me what happened between us, I wouldn't know where to start. Never danced too close, never stayed. Because technically, never crossed any line people could point to. No photograph, we never held hands. No anniversaries, no labels, no promises. Nothing I could hold. Never crossed any line people could That's where point it all began. No photograph. I've spent more nights thinking about you. No labels, people I've actually loved. Nothing I could hold up and say, see, that's where it all began. And yet I've spent more nights thinking about you. When you, the people I've actually loved. But what do you call it? How does that even when you never had? 'Cause heartbreak makes sense. We never even kissed. Not once, not one reckless moment. What do you call late night mistake? When you never had. So tell me why it feels like I'm trying to get over somebody. Reckless moment, not one late night mistake. So tell me why it feels like I'm trying to get over somebody who was never.
Sometimes I wonder if things would have been easier if we had at least there'd be a memory, something real, something tangible. Instead, all I have. Sometimes I wonder
long
if
nights,
things would have
missed
been
chances,
easier
half-finished
if we had
sentences, and all the things we almost
there'd be a
said.
memory,
It's
something
strange
real, how a person can leave fingerprints all over your life
long nights,
without ever
missed
touching
chances,
you.
half-finished sentences, and all the things we almost said.
It's strange how a person can
exactly
leave
what this feels
fingerprints
like.
all
Maybe
over your
that's
life
I
without
still
ever touching
think
you.
about you.
Because my mind
Never got an ending, never even kissed. Not once, not
exactly
one
what this
reckless
feels
moment,
like.
not one
Maybe
late
that's
night
why
mistake. I still think about you.
Because
So
my
tell me why
mind
never got it feels like I'm trying to get over somebody. Reckless moment, not one late night mistake. So tell me why it feels like I'm trying to get over somebody.
because I lost you.
Maybe because
I never got the chance.
maybe that's why it still hurts to find out what we could have been.
Not because I lost you.
Maybe because people always
I
talk
never got
about
the
moving on
chance.
like it's supposed to be simple. To find out what like you wake up one day and decide you're done thinking about somebody. People always talk about nobody talks about like it's supposed to be simple. The people who like wake up one day and decide questions. You're done thinking about somebody
because
memories fade. Questions don't.
They sit with you, follow you.
The people who leave show up years later when a certain song starts playing.
Instead of memories, because
memories fade. Questions don't.
They sit with you, you're right back there again.
Show up years later when a certain song starts playing. Wondering, or a certain street looks familiar. Closure is easier when you know how the story ends. We never got there. Maybe that's why it still hurts. Wonder there was never
Still
goodbye, never a reason. Closure is easier
I could point to
when you know how the story ends. We never got there. Maybe that's why it still hurts, because some part of me never goodbye, never inside the question moment.
I could point to and say
That's where you left behind. Maybe that's why it still hurts, because some part of me still lives inside the question mark.
I started reaching for my phone whenever something happened, good or bad or serious. It didn't matter. You became the person I wanted to tell, and maybe that's what I missed.
Not a relationship,
I started reaching for my phone whenever something happened, somebody who understood or serious. It didn't matter, and you became the person I wanted to tell, and maybe that's what I missed.
yeah, not a
That's the part.
relationship.
Not a
Heart is
future.
lost, just that feeling. Aren't always
The feeling of having somebody
Sometimes
who understood
that
things without needing an explanation.
Maybe that's why it still hurts, 'cause there was never
That's the part.
the hardest losses aren't always people.
I could point to and say
Sometimes that possibility.
maybe that's why
Maybe
it
that's why it still hurts, 'cause some part of me never inside the question moment.
I could point to and say
That's where you left behind.
maybe that's why it still hurts.
'Cause some part of me still lives inside the question mark. I don't replay every conversation, at least not every day, but every now and then. Something reminds me
For a few seconds,
I become that version of myself. Replay every
one who
conversation,
believes
at least not
something
every
beautiful,
day, but every now and then. Something reminds me.
for a few seconds,
I become that version of myself again.
one who believes something beautiful. Not because I can't let go,
But because there was never anything solid enough to hold on to. Maybe that's why it still hurts.
not even now after all this time.
Part of me still wonders if you ever felt anything solid enough to hold on to. That's the question. Maybe that's why it still hurts.
'Cause even now after all this time, part of me still wonders if you ever felt.
Same biggest chapters
And maybe
of your life. That's the question. Without ever becoming. Stop asking. Part of your story. How somebody can become one of the biggest chapters of your life. Without ever becoming part of your story. It's been a long time waiting for an ending. wasn't supposed to spend a long time to be one, waiting for an ending. And some stories end with goodbyes, some stories end with forever. Maybe there wasn't supposed. Most people get one or the other, a clear answer, a final chapter, a place to put some the stories end with goodbye. We became a story that never decided what it wanted to be. One or the other, a clear answer, a final chapter, a place too much for friendship, not enough for love, too real to forget. We became a story too unfinished to never decide what it wanted to be. And somehow that made you harder to leave behind. Too much for friendship, not enough for love, too real to forget, too unfinished to remember comfortably.
Because closure
somehow is easier to made you harder to leave than uncertainty. Than anybody. Some stories stay unfinished. Some feelings never get a name. Some people walk into
closure
your life and leave behind echoes instead of answers. Uncertainty. Some stories stay unfinished. And maybe that's why they never get longer. Because the heart keeps looking your life and leave behind echoes instead of answers.
I used to think unfinished meant broken, like something went wrong.
And maybe that's why they stay with you longer. Because the heart keeps looking.
Maybe some people aren't meant to become a relation. I used to think
maybe they're meant to become a lesson, a memory, a mirror, a reminder that your heart is still capable of feeling deeply. I'm not so sure. Even when nothing comes from it.
Maybe some people
maybe that's
meant to
enough
become
for some relationship. Not maybe they're meant to become a lesson, a memory, a mirror, a reminder that your heart is still capable of feeling deeply. Even when nothing comes from it. Maybe that's enough. The more I realize, not every question comes with an answer.
I'm trying to believe it too.
The older I get, the more I realize, not every question comes with an answer. Leave behind echoes instead of answers. Some stories stay unfinished. Maybe that's why they never get longer. Because the heart keeps looking to your life and leave behind echoes instead of answers. Maybe some stories stay unfinished. There's another version. Maybe that's why they stay with you longer. One where time and words, one where fear lost, one where somebody says something first, one where we didn't spend so much time pretending. There's another version of the story, but that version doesn't belong to me. One where timing worked, one where fear lost, one where somebody said something first, one where we didn't spend so much time pretending.
Love it anyway.
But that version, even this doesn't belong to me. This one stories stay unfinished. I have to not because they weren't important,
but because they were.
some stories
Love it
stay unfinished. And somehow the people who never became yours can leave the deepest, not because they weren't important. Stay
Because they were.
unfinished
But that doesn't mean
they weren't finished.
it doesn't
Somehow
mean
the people who never became yours because you can leave the deepest fingerprints. That's how the story ends. Stay unfinished.
not with a goodbye. But that doesn't mean
they weren't real.
not with a confession.
They didn't matter. They didn't change you because you changed me, and maybe that's how the story ends.
Not with a goodbye.
Not with a kiss,
Not with a confession.
just with gratitude for a chapter. Healing is a that never became a book.
Most days
Healing is a funny thing.
Most days
I don't think about you first anymore.
the good news is I don't wait the way I used to.
I don't stare at my screen. I don't carry my phone from room to room. I don't build my evenings around the possibility of
I
hearing
don't wait
from
the
you.
way I used
At
to.
least I don't stare at my screen. I don't carry my phone from
I've
room to
gotten
room.
better.
Life got don't
busy.
build my time kept moving around the possibility. The world kept asking of hearing from you.
At least now.
And eventually I learned how to keep going. But
I've
every
gotten
now and then life got when the night's quiet. Time kept moving.
And there's nobody
The
around to
world
distract
kept
me
asking
from
things of me.
myself.
I still want, and eventually I learned how to keep going.
Not because
I expect
But every now and then
usually when the
Not
night's quiet, I'm waiting.
there's nobody around to
so
distract me from myself.
Take their time leaving. I still check my phone just for a second. Not every night, not like before.
But every now and
Not
then your name
because
crosses
I'm
my
waiting.
mind. Just because
Before it crosses my screen, take their time leaving. I still check
For
my
a
moment I become the version. Not every night, not like before.
But every now and then your name crosses
my mind. Before it crosses
Last
my
Monday,
screen,
I found
I
an
still
old
check my
conversation out on purpose.
And for
I was
a
looking
moment I
for
become
something
the
else.
version of me.
That's what I tell myself.
Something beautiful.
And there we
was
were,
coming.
laughing, talking, staying up too late, making ordinary no conversation out on purpose. I was looking for something else.
Because some memories
That's
don't
what I
need
tell
to be
myself.
relived to be appreciated.
And there we were,
I won't
laughing,
lie.
talking,
I
staying up too
there a
late,
little
making
longer than I
ordinary
should
days
have.
feel important. I smiled, then I closed it.
Because some memories don't need
The
to be
way I
relived to be appreciated. I miss the feeling.
I sat
a
there a little
possibility.
longer than I should have.
I still check my phone sometimes. Not every night, not like before.
But every now and then your name crosses my mind.
I miss the feeling before it crosses my screen. A possibility. I still check my phone. I become the version not every night, not like before.
But every now and then your name crosses my mind.
Before it crosses my screen. Moving on isn't forgetting. So maybe it's remembering. For a moment I'll be falling apart. The version of me. Maybe it's here and then naming something beautiful instead of breaks. Maybe it's accepting. It's moving on isn't forgetting. Maybe it's remembering without falling apart. Without staying. Maybe it's here and then
Change your
naming smiling instead of for a little while. Maybe it's accepting.
Not because I'm waiting anymore.
We're meant to not because I need an answer. Not because without staying let go.
Change your life.
Still check my phone sometimes.
Because there was a season when not because my favorite part of the day
Not because I need an answer. It's a small part of me
will always anymore,
but sometimes
the memory does.
and these days that's enough.
Slow jam for